Hey, everyone! In the relentless quest for perfection, some celebrities have taken plastic surgery to the extreme, turning their once iconic looks into something barely recognizable. From subtle tweaks gone horribly wrong to full-blown facial transformations, these stories will make you rethink the price of chasing beauty. Drop a 1 in the comments and let's dive into the shocking cases of stars who went too far with cosmetic surgery. Some cosmetic procedures don't just change appearances, they alter lives forever. And in Carol Bryan's case, the consequences were nothing short of devastating. A Florida woman full of confidence at 47, Carol decided in 2009 to try dermal fillers to restore lost volume in her face. But what should have been a routine touch-up turned into a nightmare. A catastrophic mistake occurred when 2 different fillers, including silicone, were improperly injected into her forehead and cheeks. Within months, her face began swelling uncontrollably, warping her features beyond recognition. Her forehead became so severely swollen that it sagged over her eyes, blocking her vision. The damage was so extreme that she resorted to using tape just to hold up her skin and see properly. Desperate for a solution, Carol endured multiple corrective surgeries, but things only got worse. After years of isolation, she finally found hope through Dr. Raza Jarahi and Dr. Brian Boyd, who performed a grueling 17-hour reconstructive surgery to remove the damaged tissue. Though the procedure saved her life, Carol lost vision in one eye and faced a long road to emotional and physical recovery. Today, she has transformed her trauma into advocacy, using her story to warn others about the dangers of unregulated cosmetic procedures. The next shocking case wasn't just a cosmetic disaster, it was a horror story. Raji Naranazing's experience is one of the most terrifying examples of what happens when plastic surgery goes terribly wrong. In 2005, Raji, hoping to enhance her facial features, sought out cheap filler injections. What she got instead was a toxic cocktail of cement, tire sealant, and mineral oil, all injected into her face by a fake doctor. The substance hardened beneath her skin, causing painful lumps, bumps, and extreme disfigurement. Her cheeks, which were supposed to look fuller and more sculpted, instead became misshapen and uneven, leaving her devastated. For years, Raji avoided the public, ashamed of what had happened to her. It wasn't until she appeared on the show Botched that real doctors attempted to correct the damage. But even after multiple surgeries, the harmful substances couldn't be completely removed, leaving permanent nodules on her face. Still, doctors were able to restore some of her natural contours, particularly around her cheeks and jawline. Today, Raji embraces her journey, using her experience to warn others about the dangers of black market cosmetic procedures, a powerful story of survival and resilience. We have the legendary Donatella versus a fashion powerhouse whose pursuit of beauty came with an unexpected price. They say beauty is power, but for Donatella, it also became a public spectacle. When she first stepped into the spotlight in the late 1990s, following the tragic loss of her brother Gianni Versus, Donatella embodied classic Italian elegance. But by the early 2000s, her appearance took a dramatic turn, one the fashion world couldn't ignore. Her nose, once naturally wider, suddenly appeared slimmer and more refined, fueling speculation of rhinoplasty. Meanwhile, her once radiant skin became unnaturally tight, leading experts to believe she had undergone multiple facelifts, resulting in a smooth, almost wax-like look. And then, there were her lips. What was once natural became unusually plump, likely due to aggressive lip augmentation. Her cheekbones, sharper than ever, suggesting fillers or even cheek implants. Even her eyes seemed to change, possibly due to blepharoplasty, eyelid surgery, to remove sagging skin. The result? A transformation so extreme that Donatella's face became one of the most talked about cases of cosmetic surgery gone wrong. And if there's one lesson to take away, It's that when beauty enhancements go too far, the consequences can be more than just skin deep. The next case isn't just shocking, it's otherworldly. The Bogdanov twins, Igor and Grichka, were once known for their striking features and successful television careers in France. But by the early 2000s, they had become famous for an entirely different reason: their drastic facial transformations. Originally celebrated for their chiseled jaws, high cheekbones, and sharp symmetry, the brothers began altering their appearances in the late 1990s. As the years went by, their cheekbones became unnaturally plump, their chins elongated, and their lips fuller, creating a stretched, almost otherworldly look. By 2009, their appearance at public events, especially the Cannes Film Festival, sparked global discussions. Fans and critics alike struggled to comprehend just how extreme their transformations had become. Despite the speculation, the twins denied undergoing plastic surgery, instead claiming that their fascination with science and technology played a role in their evolving looks. Their exaggerated features led many to describe them as alien, like a label the brothers embraced with humor. Whether through surgical intervention or their own brand of experimentation, their transformation remains one of the most bizarre in celebrity history. Priscilla Presley, once admired for her classic beauty, fell victim to one of the most horrifying cosmetic mishaps in Hollywood history, a single mistake that led to a lifetime of regret. In 2003, Priscilla placed her trust in Daniel Serrano, an unlicensed doctor who injected her face with industrial-grade silicone, the same substance used to lubricate auto parts. The result? Permanent damage. Her face developed lumps, muscle paralysis, and scarring, leaving her with a stiff, mask-like appearance and uneven texture, especially around her cheeks and lips. Though she underwent corrective surgery in 2008, the effects of the botched injections were difficult to fully reverse. Her cheekbones became overfilled and swollen, her lips appeared unnaturally plump, and her once expressive face took on a frozen, almost waxy look, further exaggerated by facelifts and Botox. In 2019, Priscilla underwent surgery to remove cancerous tissue from her nose, which only intensified her reliance on cosmetic procedures. As she grew increasingly anxious about scarring, she sought out even more treatments, trying to mask the effects of her earlier surgeries. Unfortunately, the relentless pursuit of youth left her looking so dramatically altered that many fans could hardly recognize her compared to her early Hollywood days. Courteney Cox's journey with cosmetic enhancements is a cautionary tale about the dangers of going too far. Once celebrated for her fresh, natural beauty as Monica Geller on Friends, she initially turned to Botox and fillers to maintain her youthful glow. But what started as subtle tweaks slowly spiraled into a series of increasingly drastic procedures until she barely recognized herself. As the treatments became more frequent, Cox's facial features began to change noticeably, particularly around her cheeks and forehead. Fans couldn't help but comment that her once expressive, radiant face now appeared frozen and stiff. The more procedures she had, the more unnatural her look became. Her cheeks grew overly enhanced, her skin pulled so tight that she took on an almost doll-like appearance. She later admitted that it became a domino effect, where one procedure led to another in an effort to keep things balanced, but instead, it only exacerbated the problem. Realizing how far she had gone, Courteney made the bold decision in 2017 to have her fillers dissolved, opting to return to a more natural look. Since then, she has embraced the aging process, openly reflecting on how the pursuit of eternal youth can sometimes do more harm than good. The next celebrity proves that even when plastic surgery is necessary, the results can be life-changing in unexpected ways. Mickey Rourke, once the epitome of rugged Hollywood charm in the 1980s, saw his sharp cheekbones and defined jawline dramatically transformed not by vanity, but by necessity. After stepping away from acting to pursue a boxing career, Rourke suffered multiple severe facial injuries that left him in need of extensive reconstructive surgery. Over the years, he underwent 5 nose surgeries and major cheekbone reconstruction to repair the damage. But instead of restoring his signature look, these procedures drastically altered his face. His once angular features became rounder and swollen, and his cheekbones, though repaired, took on an unnatural, overfilled appearance. His use of Botox and fillers only added to the changes, giving his face a stiff, overly smooth look, particularly around his forehead and lips. Public reaction was mixed. Some sympathized with his medical struggles, while others criticized him for taking cosmetic enhancements too far. In later years, Rourke himself admitted regret, revealing that he had chosen the wrong doctor for his surgeries. But despite his dramatic transformation, his talent remained intact. His comeback role in The Wrestler proved that while his face may have changed, his acting prowess never faded. Jocelyn Wildenstein's transformation is the stuff of legend, earning her the infamous nickname Catwoman. Her journey into extreme cosmetic enhancement began in the 1990s during her marriage to billionaire Alec Wildenstein, and if the rumors are true, her husband's love for wild cats may have inspired her dramatic surgical choices. Over the years, Jocelyn reportedly spent millions sculpting herself into a feline vision. The most striking feature? Her eyes. Multiple blepharoplasty procedures pulled them into a permanently slanted, cat-like shape that has fascinated and shocked the public for decades. But the transformation didn't stop there. Cheek implants and fillers gave her an exaggerated, sculpted look that strayed far from her natural beauty, making her one of the most recognizable faces in the world of extreme plastic surgery. Despite the overwhelming evidence, Jocelyn has always denied going overboard, at times crediting her unique features to her Swiss heritage rather than the surgeon's scalpel. Now at 84, she remains a socialite and pop culture curiosity, as famous for her once glamorous lifestyle as she is for her unforgettable transformation. You know a routine surgery has gone horribly wrong when even your own family doesn't recognize you? That's exactly what happened to Sharon Osbourne, a woman known for her candid personality and no-nonsense attitude, but even she wasn't prepared for the disaster that unfolded after her 2021 facelift. Sharon has always been open about her experiences with cosmetic procedures, once admitting, "I've had my boobs done twice, a facelift and a neck lift, but I've never touched my eyes or lips. I don't like those plump lips." But this particular surgery didn't just tweak her appearance, it completely distorted it. When she saw the results, she was horrified. "I looked like Quasimodo, one eye here, one eye there, and my face all distorted," she revealed. The 5.5-hour surgery left her in significant pain and with a noticeably asymmetrical face, one eye lower than the other, a look that even Ozzy Osbourne was shocked by. This wasn't her first disappointing facelift. She had undergone similar procedures in 1987 and 2002, but this one left lasting regret. The damage was so severe that she had to undergo another corrective surgery just to fix the misalignment. After years of Botox, fillers, and enhancements, Sharon finally reached her limit, declaring, "I'm finished with changing how I look." The next celebrity on our list pushed facial enhancements to an entirely new level, and she did it on her own terms. Anastasia Pokreschuk, a Ukrainian model and influencer, isn't just known for her bold transformation. She holds the title of the woman with the world's largest cheeks. Anastasia's cosmetic journey began in her 20s, starting with subtle tweaks before taking a dramatic turn. Her cheeks, now her most defining feature, have been filled to such an extreme that they create sharp, angular contours, a stark contrast to her pre-surgery look. But she didn't stop there. Her lips have become significantly fuller, and she's used fillers on her chin and jawline to balance her ultra-sculpted face, resulting in a look that is daring, unconventional, and undeniably eye-catching. While critics argue that her appearance looks unnatural, Anastasia is completely unapologetic. She's openly shared that cosmetic procedures have given her a massive confidence boost, transforming her from what she once described as a gray mouse into someone she now sees as unique and glamorous. Love it or hate it, her transformation is one of the most extreme in the world of cosmetic enhancements. Joan Rivers wasn't just a comedy legend, she was also the queen of plastic surgery, embracing it with both pride and humor. Throughout her life, she was as candid about her procedures as she was about roasting Hollywood's biggest stars. If anyone was going to be the poster girl for plastic surgery, Joan proudly took the title. Her journey began at 32 with an eyelid lift, but that was just the start. Over the years, she underwent multiple facelifts, nose jobs, Botox injections, and liposuction, transforming her face in ways that left the public both fascinated and divided. Her once youthful, expressive face became tighter and more angular, with facelifts and brow lifts smoothing out every wrinkle but also freezing her forehead into place. The frequent use of Botox and fillers erased any trace of aging, but in doing so, it also limited her natural expressions. Her nose, after several rhinoplasty procedures, became smaller and more symmetrical, further altering the balance of her features. The result? A look that some called doll-like, while others saw as excessively altered. But Joan didn't care, she owned it, famously saying, "I've had so much plastic surgery, when I die, they'll donate my body to Tupperware." Love it or hate it, Joan Rivers' fearless approach to cosmetic enhancement cemented her as one of Hollywood's most unapologetic beauty icons. From supermodel to surgery addict, Janice Dickinson's relentless pursuit of eternal youth didn't just transform her face, it reshaped her entire life in ways she never saw coming. Once hailed as the world's first supermodel, Janice's striking natural beauty made her a runway icon. But as the years went by, she turned to cosmetic surgery to hold on to her youthful looks, eventually taking it too far. Her surgical journey began in her early 30s with breast augmentation, but that was just the start. By the time she became a reality TV judge, she had already undergone multiple facelifts, liposuction, and Botox treatments, all of which drastically altered her facial structure. Her facelifts pulled her skin so tight that her once natural contours disappeared, leaving her face smooth but unnaturally stretched. Cheek implants gave her a sharp, prominent look, but when combined with Botox and fillers, her expressions became stiff and frozen. Meanwhile, her plumped lips, a result of fillers, often drew more attention than she intended. Despite the dramatic transformation, Janice remained unapologetic, even appearing on Botched to fix a 30-year-old breast surgery gone wrong. But while cosmetic procedures kept her in the spotlight, they also left her financially drained, leading her to declare bankruptcy in 2013 due to unpaid surgery bills. Lil' Kim's transformation has had more twists than anyone could have imagined, and behind it all lies a story far more personal and complex than just a pursuit of beauty. Her journey with plastic surgery reportedly began as a necessity, not vanity. After suffering domestic abuse that left her with a broken nose, she underwent multiple reconstructive surgeries. But what started as a way to repair the damage soon turned into a complete reinvention of her appearance. Following her initial rhinoplasty, Kim's nose became progressively smaller, taking on a slim, refined shape that looked almost unrecognizable compared to her early years. Her cheeks also changed dramatically, with fillers adding volume and sharpness, creating a far more sculpted look than her natural features. Excessive Botox smoothed her skin to the point of near perfection, but at the cost of erasing her natural expressions. Perhaps the most controversial aspect of her transformation was the noticeable lightening of her skin tone, which led to widespread speculation that she had undergone skin bleaching treatments, claims she has repeatedly denied. Her lips also became fuller and more exaggerated, likely due to lip augmentation procedures, adding yet another layer to her ever-changing look. Once a hip-hop trailblazer with an unmistakable presence, Lil' Kim has undergone a dramatic evolution. leaving her almost unrecognizable from her early days in the music industry. The next celebrity's transformation remains one of Hollywood's biggest mysteries. You wouldn't believe how much a comedian's face can change. Scott Thompson, better known as Carrot Top, has been the subject of plastic surgery rumors for over a decade. But despite the speculation, he firmly denies ever going under the knife. Best known for his fiery red hair and eccentric style, Carrot Top's dramatically altered face has led fans and experts to question what's really going on. His eyebrows, now noticeably higher and more arched, have fueled rumors of a brow lift. His once angular face appears fuller and rounder, sparking speculation about cheek implants or facial fillers. And then there's his skin, once uneven. It's now smooth to the point of perfection, leading many to believe he's had Botox, chemical peels, or laser treatments. Despite the obvious differences, Carrot Top insists his transformation is all natural, crediting it to his rigorous workouts and healthy lifestyle. In classic comedic fashion, he once joked, "If I had plastic surgery, don't you think I'd look even better?" But whether it's surgery, genetics, or just the magic of Hollywood, one thing is certain: Carrot Top's evolving look remains a hot topic in entertainment. At what point do you stop recognizing yourself after too many cosmetic procedures? Katie Price's journey might just hold the answer. Once known for her natural beauty during her early modeling days, Katie has undergone countless surgeries, completely transforming her face over the years. Her most recent procedures include her 6th facelift, which left her face looking unnaturally tight. An excessive brow lift pulled her features so high that she admitted it gave her a permanent Spock-like expression, something she plans to correct in future surgeries. Her cheeks, now dramatically plumped with fillers, give her a fuller, more artificial look, a stark contrast to her softer, youthful features from her early years. Beyond facelifts, Katie has reshaped nearly every part of her face. Her lips, after repeated injections, have reached a point where they appear overfilled and exaggerated. Her nose, once natural, has been reshaped through multiple rhinoplasty procedures, becoming sharper and more refined with each surgery. But despite mixed public reactions, Katie remains unapologetic, often comparing her extensive procedures to fixing a car. She has even expressed a desire to continue undergoing surgeries until she achieves her personal vision of perfection, no matter how many times she has to go under the knife. Can you imagine altering yourself to the point of becoming completely unrecognizable? That's exactly what Amanda Lepore did, redefining beauty on her own terms and cementing herself as an icon of transformation in New York's fashion and nightlife scene. Her journey began early, with her first nose job at 15 and gender reassignment surgery at 17. But that was only the beginning. Over the years, she underwent multiple nose jobs, cheek implants, lip fillers, and a brow lift, each procedure pushing her further from conventional beauty standards and closer to the pinup doll fantasy she envisioned. One of her most extreme modifications. She had her lower ribs removed to achieve an ultra-tiny waist, a procedure as controversial as it is painful. Add to that eyelid surgery, Botox, and fillers, and Amanda sculpted herself into a living work of art, a hyper-feminized vision of classic Hollywood glamour. Despite criticism that her look is too exaggerated, Amanda remains unapologetic. She famously declared that she has the most expensive body in the world, and she wouldn't change a thing. The relentless pursuit of youth has led many Hollywood stars down unexpected paths, but few transformations have sparked as much intrigue as Lara Flynn Boyle's. Once celebrated for her striking beauty in Twin Peaks and The Practice, she is now just as well known for her dramatically altered appearance, a change so noticeable that it's impossible to ignore. Her cosmetic journey reportedly began in her 30s, as the pressures of aging in Hollywood pushed her toward various procedures. Over the years, she is believed to have undergone rhinoplasty, lip injections, Botox, and possibly multiple facelifts and brow lifts. However, despite the obvious changes, Laura has remained silent about any procedures, leaving fans and experts to speculate on what really happened. Her once sharp, defined features gradually became swollen and stiff. The most dramatic shift occurred around her lips and eyes. Her naturally full lips became overly plumped and taut, creating a swollen appearance. Meanwhile, Botox and fillers smoothed her forehead and cheeks to the point that her face lost much of its natural expressiveness. Over time, her cheeks became increasingly plump, possibly due to excessive fillers, altering the symmetry of her face. Though Laura has since returned to the screen in films like Death in Texas, her transformation remains a mystery, fueling endless speculation about Hollywood's obsession with eternal youth. When even your own son questions your new look, you know something has gone seriously wrong. Simon Cowell, the music mogul and TV icon known for his brutally honest critiques, has been just as candid about his cosmetic surgery journey, and the results were nothing short of shocking. It all started with Botox injections to keep aging at bay, but what began as a minor tweak soon spiraled into full-blown surgical overcorrection. Over the years, Simon underwent multiple facelifts, each attempt to turn back the clock only making things worse. His skin became unnaturally tight, his mid-face lifted so high that he was left with a permanently surprised expression. His once defined jawline softened, blurring the strong masculine contours that had once shaped his face. And his eyes? After rejuvenation surgeries, the skin around them was pulled so tight that he took on a perpetually wide-eyed look, more startled than youthful. Even Simon himself admitted that he felt like a character from a horror movie, a sentiment echoed by his young son Eric, who was reportedly shocked by his father's new face. Realizing how drastic the changes had become, Simon has since expressed regret, acknowledging that he went too far. When plastic surgery turns into an obsession, the results can be drastic, irreversible, and downright shocking. Just ask Pete Burns. The charismatic frontman of Dead or Alive became just as famous for his ever-changing face as he was for his music. What started as a simple rhinoplasty to fix a broken nose quickly spiraled into a lifelong cycle of extreme cosmetic procedures. Pete's most noticeable transformation? His nose. After 4 rhinoplasties, it became sharper, smaller, and almost unrecognizable compared to its original shape. But he didn't stop there. Cheekbone implants gave his face a strikingly angular look, making his already sharp features even more exaggerated. His cheeks became so prominent that they overshadowed the rest of his facial structure, creating a look that was both dramatic and unsettling. And then there were his lips. After multiple injections, they became overfilled to the point of extreme swelling, eventually leading to pain so severe that he couldn't even open his mouth. The damage required emergency surgery, but even that didn't stop him. By the end of his life, Pete had undergone over 300 procedures, leaving his face permanently altered. Heidi Montag didn't just dabble in plastic surgery, she went all in. In 2010, the Hill star shocked the world when she underwent a jaw-dropping 10 cosmetic procedures in a single day, a transformation so extreme it left both fans and critics speechless. Once known for her youthful, natural beauty, Heidi emerged from surgery looking like a completely different person. Among the most drastic changes were her cheek implants, which gave her a fuller, sharper look, dramatically altering the softness of her original features. A chin reduction aimed at refining her jawline ended up making her face more angular than before. Meanwhile, a second rhinoplasty reshaped her nose into a slimmer, more defined version, while a brow lift pulled her forehead so tight that it gave her a permanent, wide-eyed expression. And then there were her lips plumped up to exaggerated proportions with lip injections, completing her dramatic transformation. The public reaction was intense. Some praised her boldness, while others criticized her extreme pursuit of perfection. Even Heidi herself later admitted regret, revealing that the procedures took a physical and emotional toll on her. But whether seen as a cautionary tale or a statement of self-expression, Heidi Montag's one-day makeover remains one of the most shocking transformations in reality TV history.